Gerald,
David.
here we are in beautiful Orlando at this beautiful expo
Absolutely.
at the Carib Royale Hotel. I got a question for. Let's say there's somebody at home right now that maybe only has $100, $200, $300 to their name, and to their name. That's all they got. So they're starting from 0 to 1. Okay, what can they do financially? Let's say they want to start a business,
Right.
But all they got's like $100, $200, $300. What should he or she do?
Well, first thing they want to do, obviously, is get their business name registered. You know, they need to go and check their DBA, with their local bureau. And they can do that easily by going to the state website, making sure that the name isn't taken. Because a lot of people take names and they aren't able to use them because somebody else already has authority over the name. So they need to go research that. And then they have to decide what type of business they want to file. Do they want an LLC? Do they want a partnership? Do they want to be a sole proprietor? I hate the word solopreneur, so you won't hear me say that. But they can file that, and that paperwork's usually like $30. They have to file for their EIN number, and that's free. You can do that simply by going to the IRS's website, and boom, you do it in a few moments. You get it instantaneously. Now they're at least prepared to do business. So then we have to talk about what type of business they're going into and things of that nature.
Yeah. Let's say somebody, they don't know what they want to do. They don't know what they want to do. Let's say there's somebody, I have no clue what I can do with my life. I got $300. All right.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm thinking to myself, if I was, can you swing a hammer? I can make money swinging a hammer. Let's say I can't swing a hammer. I'm going to find somebody who can swing a hammer, and I'm going to find that dude work, and we're both going to eat.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
But you have to be partners.
Yeah. And so you can find work. You can find, so I really think sales and closing, even, have you ever heard people say this? People who have no skills are salespeople. You ever hear that?
I have never heard that.
I hate that.
I have never heard that, though.
Have you heard that?
I would be offended.
It is offensive. People with no skills and whatnot, they had to fall back on sales and sales techniques and strategies. I hate that too. But man, you think my little girl is almost 3, right? When she turns 4, I'm going to give her first entrepreneurial experience. I'm going to go get like Thin Mints at like a dollar store. And we're going to go around the neighborhood and we're going to sell them for $5 to $10. We're going to buy them for $1, sell them for $5 or $10. You know what she's going to learn that day? She's going to say, "Papa, price is a myth." Because this little girl say, "Cookies, 5 for 10 or 2 for 10, or whatever, and and people are going to buy these.
Absolutely.
Let's see. So you got $100, $200, $300. How could you double it? How could you at least double it? I got $300. I heard Warren Buffett say this: if you could turn $5 into $120, just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. If you have a skill like that, I take $5 and I can turn it into $120. He says, now you know where I'm at.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, you said one of the key words. You have to learn how to sell. And one simple way would be to just buy a product. Like you said, go buy something. Since you don't know what to do or know how to make something, you go buy something that you can sell. And you practice and hone your skills. Go introduce yourself to people. Let them know what it is you have to offer. And you just talk to them. Sales is really the art of solving people's problems.
Yep.
So if you learn that it's about solving problems versus worrying about, I'm selling, it becomes a lot less stressful. And I think that's the thing that stops people from selling, because they're caught up in the word, I have to sell, versus I have a solution to somebody's problem. And everybody wants to help somebody, right? You want to help people, right?
Yeah, I'm a servant.
Exactly.
I'm a servant.
We're all servants. So if we look at it from that perspective, it's so much easier. Like you said, I would advise, hey, go buy some cookies. Go buy stuff that people need. In New York, you see them on the train all the time. People come in with water and cookies and chips because they know these people are hungry on the subway. So they go buy a box of stuff that's about $30 and go sell each thing in that box for $1, $1.50. Yeah, now you've made $15, $20 off the box. And now you repeat that process until you make some money.
I was talking to a guy a few months ago over in Tampa. He was at the intersection, and he's like a homeless guy. And he's got bottled water and Gatorades. And he sells Gatorades for $2 for a 20-ounce Gatorade. And, he keeps them in a cold cooler, and he sells them. And I was talking to him. I said, how much, because I see him all the time. I said, how much do you make at busy West Shore Boulevard? I said, how much money do you make at a busy intersection? He goes, a slow day, about $240 a day. I said, you're making about $60,000 a year selling Gatorade bottles on the side of the road, And he goes, well, probably more, probably like 80. I'm like, you're making $80,000 a year on the corner selling water and Gatorades.
Wow.
I said, he goes, yeah. He goes, I don't need to work. He goes, this is my job, I said, where do you stay? He goes, I'm over at the Embassy Suites. That's where he stays. It's just funny, right?
It is. It is. It's remarkable. Now, one thing that I would say for people, a very basic tactic to utilize in sales, especially if you're doing product sales, one bill transactions. People are so more apt to take out one bill. So if you're using, whether it's $1, whether it's $5, whether it's 10, it's so much easier if they don't have to worry about change, because people don't want to have to get 7 and 6. One bill, easy way out. So if you have something, sell it for $1, sell it for $5, sell it for 10, and it's easier for people to just give you that one bill.
No tax.
No tax, and walk away. And you can build, for one, your muscle, as we like to say, hustle muscle.
Hustle muscle.
Yeah, you build your hustle muscle that way. Number 2, you're gaining people skills. Very important. And number 3, you're learning how to market. So you're getting all 3 things covered just from having to learn the lesson of going out and actually just going for it.
Hustle muscle. I love that. Hustle. Hey, man, so one thing I wanted to add is, to the person who doesn't know what they're going to do, doesn't know, I don't even know, maybe they don't even know, maybe they don't have a dream. No dream of a business, no dream of entrepreneurship, no dream of whatever. But they know they got to get out of their current situation.
Well, I was going to say, they got a dream. They got a dream of not starving.
Yeah.
So that's a dream.
Yeah.
So go ahead. What would you?
No, I was just going to say, they don't know what they're going to do. They don't know what they're going to do with their life. I mean, we've all been there. What am I going to do? What are my skills? How do I develop a skill? What am I at least somewhat interested in? How do I develop these kind of things? And I was just going to say, for somebody who's kind of like lost in a daze, because they're listening to all the other voices, and they're listening to other people tell them what they think they should do.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Speak to that.
Well, the first thing is read some books. Because the thing is, for all of us, we have to develop our own internal voice, our own passion for life. Because purpose is pretty clear. When you really look at life, it's pretty clear for everybody. Everybody has the same purpose. Now, your passion is different. We're here to create and to serve. That's it. I don't care how you slice it up. That's what you're here to do. Now, what drives that is different for everybody. What are you really passionate about? So they have to find that. Just trying to start something, just doing stuff, it's easy to quit that way. And it's easy to not start because you don't have anything to lose. You aren't tied to anything. So people first have to start to study themselves, understand who they are, what they like, what they don't like. And when they find something they like, go do something along with that and do it full force all day, every day, and you will see results. That's the first thing I'd say.
That's good, man. That's good. This is David Conigliaro. Follow me on Twitter, David Conigliaro Facebook, Conigliaro Group. Gerald, tell the people where they can find it.
Oh, they can find me at thenewwealthorder.com. That's THE, newwealthorder.com. Or on Twitter at Gerald, the letter D, NWO.